Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Today we are at your residence for tree planting. Can you tell us a bit about this initiative, this tree planting initiative that we came here to symbolically do today? Tell us a bit.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. This is part of our Green Legacy program, which has been initiated by our Prime Minister, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, 7 years ago. This is a practice which we are doing and following in Ethiopia for the last 7 years. Every rainy season, which starts in July and lasts until September, all over Ethiopia we plant trees so that we bring back the greenery and the forestry to the country. So in that regard, this year also we have started this year's program of green tree plantations in the country. So here also in the embassy, we invited members of the diaspora and the members of the diplomatic corps in our embassy, the diplomats from Ethiopia. Together we planted trees so that we show our support and our participation in this year's Green Legacy program of Ethiopia by planting trees. For the last 6 years, we have planted in Ethiopia around 30 billion trees, more or less. And this brought the forest coverage of the country to 24% of the total coverage of the country. So we wanted to show our support, our participation, and be part of this year's the Green Legacy program.
We learned that in Ethiopia, every 4 years, there's normally a cycle of drought or flood. How has this tree planting abated this problem?
Well, we are, as I said, trying to bring back the forestry so that the climate also stabilizes. And as you said, every 4 years we have drought. Still, there are some parts of the country which face drought from time to time. So the plantation of the trees more or less now brought back some normalcy in the climate in Ethiopia. We could see that now the rainfall has increased. There is more or less the temperature slowly normalizes in the major parts. You could see even the lowering of the temperature by few centigrades, maybe 1 or 2, but we could see a change because of the plantation of the trees. As I said, planting of around 30 billion trees is not a small thing, so it has an effect on the climate.
Yes, I was about to comment on that. 30 to 40 billion trees is not a small feat. So has the international community taken notice of this?
Yes, they have taken notice of that. And last year, our Prime Minister was awarded in Italy during the UN Sustainable Summit for this effort. And he has been awarded because of his initiative. And the world has recognized Ethiopia's progress. And now neighboring countries have started to participate in this Green Legacy initiative, and every year we send 3 seedlings to our neighboring countries so they also be part of this Green Legacy program of Ethiopia.
And we also learned that you have already superseded the number of trees that the government wanted to plant. We learned it was initially 20 billion, but they've gone further to 40 billion. So where next from here? Are they continuing? Are they going to go to 80 billion or?
Yeah, we will continue every year to plant trees, and until as much as possible we bring back the forestry and cover almost all parts of the country where trees can be planted. And it's not only trees that we are planting. We plant also different kinds of vegetable trees, like trees for different fruits, vegetables. So that it also creates job for the youth, by exporting these fruits, and also it's generating income, because it's the youth in almost all parts of the country who are preparing the seedlings, the trees, when they prepare, and when the government doesn't just bring the trees and plant, it has to be bought, the seedling. So it is also an income generation and employment program as well.
What particular seedlings are we talking about?
I don't exactly know the names per se, but these are indigenous trees which grow in Ethiopia, so that they can, be sustain the climate and accommodative, the different climate situations in Ethiopia. So we are trying to plant, the indigenous trees which doesn't have a problem to grow in the country.
So finally, after this project, we will no longer be having the 4-year cycle of drought and flood. Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes, that is what we are trying to do, to create that, to stop this cycle of drought, cycle of flood, and so that we can mitigate, the problem which occur because of the deforestation of the country. And as I said, also it will be part of our employment creation program in the country. And of course, when we reach that some stage, definitely it will also contribute to the industry strategy of the country, where we can start, having, paper mills and other products which we can get from wood and other growing materials.
Exactly what I was trying to go. So that means after this tree planting, there will be new industries created out of just planting trees to save the land.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So as we see it in Sweden, there are forests in the northern part mostly, where trees are being cut, and you prepare, the timber, other products for making furniture and different kinds of materials. So our plan also, when we reach to some stage, then we will turn and start this business which are based on the wood which we're going to get from the forest.
This is great foresight. That means okay, let me ask, is there any plan when this industry finally begins? Is there any plan for replanting of logs that have been cut?
Well, as I said, it's only 7 years since we start this program. So as soon as the trees will be ready to be cut and used in the industry, then of course we will start cutting and then replanting in place of replacing them, and then use the logs for different industrial production.
This is very fascinating. We know Ethiopia as a coffee planting and, correct me if I'm wrong, ornamental flowers exporter.
Yes.
And this new industry is going to now further diversify the government's sources of income and revenue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's true. We have the Ethiopian economic growth strategy, which we call it the home growth strategy. And industrialization is one of the pillars of this strategy. So in the industrialization, different sectors of the manufacturing sector are also in the planning. So in the future, production of pulp, production of paper, and production of different materials from wood and from timber would be part of this industrialization program. Of course, we need first to grow the forest and to have sufficient woods, that can be cut and then used for this purpose. Of course, this will continue, as we see in Sweden. When you cut a tree, then you have to replant trees. So we will go into that cycle. But now it is only 7 years, so we have to wait until the trees reach to some stage to be cut.
Surprisingly, it is now that I understand why they use that tagline, the Green Legacy Initiative. I can fully understand it now.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for giving us this opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you very much for you also to come and cover this special program for us.
ገንዘቡ የሚሄደው አቅመ ደካሞች 10 ቤት እንደነባለት ድሬዳዋ ደሮች ማለት ነው። ለዛ ድጋፍ እንዲሆን ነው። የዛን መርሃ ግብር ኦልሬዲ ተጀምሯል ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ እኛም ዛሬ ያንን በመከተል የምንቀላቀለው ስለዚህ ሁላችሁም ስለመጣችሁ አመሰግናለሁ እንግዲህ በዚህ ጀምረን የራሱን አሻራ እንዲያኖር ጥሬን አቀርባለሁ አመሰግናለሁ